Tēnā tātou katoa, good evening. Mayor Wayne Brown has warned Aucklanders to be prepared for the worst, with Tropical Cyclone Gabrielle gathering strength in the Pacific and expected to smash into the North Island from late Sunday night.
On the back of cyclone hail and then unprecedented rain which caused catastrophic flooding in parts of the upper North Island, Met Services now predicting more heavy rain, strong winds and wild seas.
Civil Defence is advising Aucklanders to have enough supplies to sustain themselves for 3 days. We're going to bring in Heather straight away tonight to explain why officials and meteorologists are so worried. Heather, what are we looking at here?
Yeah, well, Tropical Cyclone Gabrielle is a monster storm and still 2,500 kilometres from New Zealand, but it's going to strengthen overnight, barrel over Norfolk Island on Saturday, and then it's a straight run to Northland with weather deteriorating from Sunday. Now, it's been a long time since a storm this big and this intense has been forecast for a direct hit. There is still time for its path to change, but here's why we need to pay attention to this. A number of different weather agencies are modelling the same outcome. They have the centre of Gabrielle dropping straight onto the top of the North Island. This will have widespread consequences with heavy rain, gale winds and a large storm surge already hitting sodden and structurally vulnerable environments. Remember, the tighter the isobars, the stronger the winds, and these bars are very close together. Now, the early warnings are just coming in now. I'll be back with them later in the program.
Thanks very much, Heather. The upper North Island could get a month's worth of rain in just 24 hours. If the cyclone is a direct hit, there will be floods, slips, trees downed and power outages.
The states of emergency in Auckland and the Coromandel have been extended for a week. Yannicka Turellen reports.
Duncan Verdoyne is out digging extra drains in the hope heavy rainfall from Cyclone Gabrielle runs through them and doesn't ruin his property again.
Too unsafe. It's too much water. There's still a lot of water in the ground. Everything's saturated still.
He's nervous because of just how high the water rose on his Kaipara Flats lifestyle block in the massive floods 2 weeks ago.
We touched the bridge. It raised 5-6 metres.
He was hit with more than 100 slips, as well as masses of old logs, and he's desperate to avoid a repeat. But forecasters and the Mayor now say direct impact from Cyclone Gabrielle is highly likely.
It's not looking good.
It's expected to hit the upper North Island on Sunday night with the most severe impact by Monday.
There is a significant weather event coming, and we need to be doing what we can in these intervening days to get prepared.
That means urgently removing anything piled on your curbside from the floods and collecting supplies. You need to have enough food stockpiled for at least 3 days, as well as water, toilet paper and a bucket for an emergency toilet. Next on your list should be batteries, a torch and a radio, and emergency experts recommend having a go bag, packed with shoes, clothes, a raincoat and a phone charger. NIWA says there could be up to 300 millimetres of rain for the upper North Island in 24 hours. 50 millimetres more than the deluge that caused Auckland's floods.
We could be looking at more than a month's worth of rain, and that's following a month of January where we saw almost 6 months worth of rain in Auckland.
Slip hit Coromandel has already extended its state of emergency, and late this afternoon, so did Auckland. It's also preparing to open more evacuation centres.
This time we've had the opportunity to double-check everything beforehand. We've double-checked that they've got the right phone numbers, that they've got the right contacts. We've learnt, we're taking it dead seriously.
Waido Valley was one of the worst flooded areas 2 weeks ago, and shoppers there were already stocking up today.
Prepared, we've got enough food to last, we've got enough beer to last, so it's just a main thing.
Enough beer?
Just a couple of dozen.
We were hit quite badly the first time, so we've actually got extra sandbags and extra all sorts of things set up.
Everyone hopes the upper North Island can still avoid the worst of it. But after last time, no one's taking chances.
Well, kia ora, Yannicka. So when are we going to know with some accuracy which areas will be the worst hit?
NIWA's telling me we will know by Saturday whether we'll get a direct hit from the cyclone or whether it will change course and track slightly sideways. The big difference this time around, though, if we do get a direct hit, will be the wind. Powerful winds will bring trees down onto power lines and cause blackouts. So Auckland Emergency Management has now enlisted the help of the Defence Force to go around and collect flood-damaged items from people's curbsides so that they're not flying around in the wind come Monday.
Yannicka Turellen there reporting from Central Auckland. Thanks so much.